Good day, everyone. Kevin DiBrita with Finch Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC. It's been a while since I put together a video on a pickup truck. Behind me, I have a 2020 GMC Sierra. This is the Elevation Edition. It is a double cab and has the 6.5 foot box. It's just going to do a quick little walk around to kind of get comfortable with the vehicle and hopefully answer a few questions you may already have. First thing I'll touch base on is the running boards. You may notice that vehicles on the parking lots don't come with running boards. We've got 5 or 6 different style running boards we can put on, and at Finch Chevrolet we like to make sure that you can choose what you want. So whether it's a black board, a chrome board, a flat board, or a round board, or even an off-road board, we have all of those available. Before we get inside the truck, I just want to touch base on this. This is our keyless access system. This particular vehicle has access buttons on the front and rear doors. This is what you're going to do to lock and unlock the vehicle. Still got plungers on the top here, so you can see we're locking and unlocking it simply by pushing this button. So your keys will likely just stay in your pocket for most of the time. While I am talking about the remote, you'll notice we have our lock, unlock, remote start, and your power tailgate release. To use your power tailgate release, just double click the tailgate button and it will open up. I'm not going to do that now because we're a little too close to the wall. And your remote start button right here, if you have a General Motors vehicle and you have this button on your remote, you have remote start. You might just not know how to use it. Push the lock button, hold the start button for 3 seconds. You'll see the lights flash on the vehicle and it'll fire up. You can hear that nice V8 sound. We've got the 5.3 liter V8 on this truck. Looking inside the box, this one's already got the spray liner on it. You'll notice a GMC logo in the back of the box. That means this liner is a factory liner. On the back, we've got a little light here to light up your trailer hitch if you're doing some towing, and your rear camera. If that gets dirty in the wintertime, you just kind of want to clear that off. I'm going to hit the release button. Nice, easy open, easy close tailgate. Pull that back up. And down on the bottom here, this is access to your spare wheel, which is underneath. And then over here, we've got your 4-pin and your 6 or 7-pin connector. Trailer hitch down on the bottom. Nice little corner steps, just makes it easy to get into the truck. It's a huge advantage over some other trucks that are in the market. And even on the top here, great little hand holders, so it makes it easy to get into that box. Quickly moving over to the gas tank. This would be for the DEF fluid if it was a diesel truck. This is not a diesel truck, so it's just a blank spot. And then we have our capless fuel tank, which is very nice. In the back seat, we've got our split bench. We can fold that up. Whoops. There we go. Fold that up to get a lot more space in the back. Rubber floor mats are included. And look, we've got some vents underneath there as well as some charging ports for your rear passengers. Headrests. You can fold them down if you want a little more visibility out of the back. Totally up to you. And then in the center now we have our third headrest, which is something we were lacking for quite some time. On the driver's seat, we've got our power seat adjusters. So this is going to move the bottom seat cushion up and down. You can tilt it, get a little more support underneath your legs. Your recline is right here. And then this is for the lumbar control for the middle of the back, right there. On the door, lots of bottle holders, convenient. You've got your cup holders in the center console there, and then a couple water bottle holders on the side. Gonna hop in to get rid of some of the reflection from the sun. We've got our locks here, power mirrors, window lockout for the back of the vehicle, and then we've got our power window controls for the front doors and back doors. I'm going to push the start button. There we go. So you can see here we've got a full tank of fuel. We've got 566 kilometer range based on how the vehicle has been driven, and there is 200 kilometers on the odometer. Over here we have our mode buttons. If you're familiar with General Motors, they all have the trailer tow mode, and it used to be up over here. They've now moved that, and in this vehicle we've got a few other modes. We have our sport mode, off-road mode, and our normal mode, in addition to our trailer tow mode, which you'll see that little flashing light at the bottom. That's our trailer tow mode. Turn that off right now. 4-wheel drive, automatic 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel high. 2-wheel high for great nice weather days like today, and off-road mode, which is great for slow maneuvers off-road and on uneven ground. This truck's got your fog lights as well as your bed lights, so you can light up the box at nighttime, and these are going to control your intensity of the dash lights and your radio. Underneath that, we've got our automatic lights. It's going to stay in this position most of the time. If you did want to override and put on your marker lights or your full headlights, you could do that right here. If you're at the drive-in, you want to make sure your headlights stay off, just click it to the off position. It'll go back to the auto position and your lights will stay off until you put the vehicle in drive. Taking a look at the steering wheel, over here we have our cruise control. So we've got cruise on and cruise off. That's the little light that's flashing right there. So with your cruise on, you'll be able to set and resume and cancel from right here. Heated steering wheel button. If you have not had a heated steering wheel, they are awesome. Great for our Canadian climates. And then over here we have our phone controls and voice activation controls. Voice pass-through on our trucks is fantastic. If you have a smartphone, whether it's Apple and you have Siri or Google with Google Voice, this will allow you to access that voice recognition system, even with the phone not plugged in, not using CarPlay. And that's going to allow you to send and receive text messages and reminders. And if you're listening to Bluetooth music, you can change the song that you're listening to from your Bluetooth phone. Fantastic feature. This 5-way switch here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then push down for number 5. That's going to control our driver information center. So we've got our home screen right here. It's telling us how fast we're going, how far we can go before we run out of fuel, that we're in park right over here, and then we have our compass down on the other side. We move to the next page. That's our information button, and that's going to give us our average fuel economy numbers, our fuel range, oil life percentage, tire pressures, air filter life, brake pad life, average fuel economy numbers, best fuel economy numbers, and then you can have a blank page as well. And then moving into settings, this is where we're going to change from miles to kilometers, change what's on our info pages, and also change what's on our home page. If you're a bit of a speed demon, you can set your speed warning to let you know when you're going too fast. I've got quite a few customers. They'll set that at 120, 130, 140, just to make sure that in Canada anyway, they don't get their car impounded by traveling too fast on the major highways. So that's kind of a quick rundown on the steering wheel and a few of the controls on this side. Going through the center console area here, at the bottom we have our trailer brake, plus and minus for your gains, and then if you need a little more power, you can use this slider. USB-C and USB, old style 12-volt power outlet. This button here will put all your windows down in the truck at the same time. Now you will have to go back to your main switches to put them all the way up, but if you want to get all your windows down at the same time, that's this button right here. We have our traction control system, which can be turned off, and in all fairness, you'll probably never turn it off. But if you did get stuck somewhere and you needed to kind of rock back and forth out of the hole, then you would want to turn off your traction control system so you could do that. 4-way flashers. We have the power release for the tailgate. We talked about that earlier. And then this is our start-stop feature. A start-stop when the vehicle has gotten warm enough and all the conditions are met. When you come to a complete stop, the engine will stop. As soon as you lift your foot off the brake, the engine will restart. Or if there's too much of a draw of power in the truck, it'll restart itself automatically while your foot is still on the brake. Great feature. Does take a little bit of time to get used to. If you're never going to get used to it, you can turn it off right here, but most of my customers have gotten used to it fairly quickly. Above that, we've got our dual zone climate control system, so 17 degrees on my side. On the passenger side, we can move that to 21, and if you want to run everything automatically, you're going to push this button. You'll hear the fan speed kick up. That's because it's trying to make my side at 17 degrees and the passenger side at 21 degrees. As I move closer to the actual temperature of the cabin, you will hear those fan speeds drop down, and it'll be a little easier for the truck to maintain that 21 degrees. Want to move it up a little higher to 23 and sync the driver and passenger. Now they are going to move in tandem. In the center here, if we're not using our automatic climate control, we're going to be able to pick where we want the air to flow, how fast we want the fan speed to go, and whether we need our front defrost or rear defrost on. There's our AC button over here, which you'll see illuminated all the time when you are using your automatic climate control, and then we can recirculate the air within the truck if we wanted to do so. Up top, we've got our radio. Probably the last thing we're going to talk about today. We'll go to the home screen. Whenever you get lost inside our radio system, please just hit the home screen and it will bring you back to this page. You'll notice we've got 3 pages to our home screen. Page 1, our phone if it's connected, as well as what we're listening to. The middle page is the majority of your apps, and then you've got the camera app on the last page right now. The camera app is really nice. So this you can illuminate while driving. If you had a trailer behind you and you wanted to make sure, did I close the pan or the chains crossed? Is anything dragging? You can illuminate this for 8 seconds while driving. Really great feature. Also, you may or may not be able to see the lines here for backing into a parking space. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but I do find it very helpful. And then this here takes those lines on the side and puts one line right in the middle. So it makes it a little bit easier for you to back into your trailer and get things hooked up and lined up properly. Going to go back to the home page for a minute. We've got our audio. In this truck, you're going to be your AM and FM radio. When you have your Bluetooth connected, you can connect and listen to your phone there. Also, when we get to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you've got some more options. Back to the home page. Connecting a phone, very straightforward. Just connect the phone, add a phone, and then on your phone, search for My GMC and get things paired. And cancel that for now. Go back to our home page. Wi-Fi, the vehicle does have built-in Wi-Fi. It is a monthly subscription package. You get 1 month when you pick up your new truck to try out for free, and either you can add a small package or a large package, or decline any packages when you're upgrading or activating your Onstar system. You can add a package whenever you need it. So if you don't think you're going to use it all the time on a monthly basis, don't pick a package. But if you're going on a trip and you wanted, say, 10 gigs for that trip, contact Onstar using this button right up here. Tell them you want to add some data. They'll go through the packages available at the time, and you can have Wi-Fi in the truck for that package. Settings. I'll do another video on settings, but there's a lot in here in the vehicle settings. This is where you're going to change how you want your heating and air conditioning system to work. There's some comfort and convenience features like chime volume. Don't ask me why anybody wants a really, really loud chime volume, but that's where you would do it in this vehicle. Put it down to the minimum there. Lighting, you can choose how long do you want your lights to stay on for when you exit the vehicle. 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 120 seconds, or have them turn off right away. Power door locks, there's nothing I really change in here. When I'm going to change anything, it's going to be in this remote door lock settings. Passive door lock and passive door unlock. Passive door lock, quick little horn chirp when the vehicle is locked 10 seconds after you leave the truck. Great feature to have. If you like the auto lock feature but don't want the horn, you can turn it on down here without the horn chirp. Passive door unlock, currently set up to do just the driver door. So those little silver buttons on the side of the door, push it once, opens the driver door, double click it, opens all the doors. If you want to skip that step, you can have all doors and it will only unlock the driver. It will unlock all the doors just with the press of one button. Remote left-in vehicle alert. This is a great feature. At some point you're going to get out of the truck and you're going to hear beep, beep, beep. And those 3 little beeps either mean you turned off the truck, left it, and left the keys inside, or you left the truck running and left the truck and took the keys. So it's always going to give you that little warning to say something's not quite right. So when you hear beep, 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 just check your keys and check and see if you've left the vehicle running or not. Back to our home page, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Android Auto, you do need to download an app. Go to the Google Play Store, look for Android Auto and download it. Very easy to set up, plugging in one of those 2 USB ports. Apple CarPlay, it is plug and play. There's nothing you need to download. Just plug in your phone and follow the prompts on your phone and the radio. Trailer light test. This is going to turn on all of your trailer lights so you can take a walk around your trailer and make sure all the bulbs are properly working. And then OnStar, we can activate OnStar right from here. Check our Wi-Fi information, upload some turn-by-turn directions with a paid subscription, or talk to an advisor. We can also use the OnStar button on the roof. While I'm talking about OnStar, I'm not sure if you're aware, but this vehicle comes equipped with 10 years of complimentary coverage. That's right, 10 years at absolutely no cost. What they will do in that complimentary coverage is allow you access to roadside assistance for the first 5 years using the My Chevrolet app or My GMC app, depending on the truck. Also, you'll get an email once a month letting you know about your truck. What's the oil life percentage? How many kilometers are on it? Is there any recalls in the vehicle or any recommended service? So I always recommend that people sign up for that 10 years of complimentary coverage. And if there's other features there, then you'll want to pay for those on a month-to-month basis. But always, always, always set up your 10 years of complimentary coverage. I hope you enjoyed this quick overview of this GMC Sierra. It's been about 15 minutes right now, and I probably didn't answer all of your questions. If there are any questions you have, please make a comment or send me a message. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day from all of us at Finch Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.